And we came across a video where he was reacting to some security issues. And it was on Angel FM. Sadiq Adams, the host. Now, we listened to the submission. It came to the issue about the defense ministry, our security, and Wahab has carried himself in Ghana or around the nation as an international expert, whereby as we see outside the borders of Ghana and in Ghana when it comes to security, international relations, he carries himself around and say he is an expert. He knows more than majority of us. So many people have not challenged yet the background. They have not challenged the number of meetings and assignments and what actually qualifies somebody to call themselves an expert. But it's Ghana. Let's leave it there. He made a comment today, and I believe he said, as an international security expert or international relations expert or whatever, no, he should know better when it comes to security, positioning, security as an institution, leadership of security agencies, their job as leaders, and the job of institutions. There are two different things here. There's what we call the security institution. There's what we call the security and leadership. Now, if you're not able to distinguish between the security as an institution or as a body from the leadership of security institutions, you might be an expert in that field, but you end up exposing yourself and some way or somehow letting people know, say, you are not current as people think you are supposed to be. When it comes to political issues, when it comes to international relations issues, when it comes to security issues, you have to be super updated. You have to also understand, say, when it comes to security, decisions that are taken strategically, maybe to the layman's eyes, and I say, to we the layman, you better make a security man be engineer gate one security man instead of 3. Maybe we are call security school and I say, wouldn't know anything about defense, you know. You might think, say, why this big door and one security man standing in front of it? Maybe about 7 snipers have been put on some high buildings to be monitoring that gate. Technically, there are 8 people watching that gate. But when you go there and you see one police officer standing there, in your head, you know, you might say, this is a big security mishap. Because why this big gate? Why so many things in this house and we have only one security man? For all you know, there are 16 cameras, 17 snipers who are all in hidden places monitoring the same gate. So when you call yourself an expert, international relations or security expert, sometimes when it comes to addressing issues, when it comes to national security, defense, and all these things, you need to be very mindful the way you speak. And I feel that sometimes people get too excited when they are called to speak on issues or they are tagged a certain way or represent something. So they get carried away, and sometimes in their delivery, they undermine, they underestimate, even in the process of them trying to maybe say something about they end up rather discrediting and undermining the authority, and it is very tricky and dangerous. Now let's go listen to Wahab.
A country with that defense minister, it is very bad. Okay. It is very poor. Practically, from the time Nyameto and Safre, your defense minister, a country in this modern world without a substantive defense minister is an exposure. And it is a very, very, Burkina border day. Defense minister would have picked the intelligence, but the defense minister that we have now is sitting at the Ministry of Finance. The country most pressured ministry is the finance. Because that does and deals with the distribution of money, economy. Yeah. Everything has to run through the economy. Right. Education, economy, economy. Do you understand me? And as a interim support, Obi Meye holding office and only holding the defense ministry. Yeah. Please, Mr. President, with this one, this is my only opportunity I'm taking to speak on this subject.
Yeah.
Not the Minister of Finance. The reason is very simple. The ministry is already too much for him to bear. Minister of Defense also is the defense of the nation because of these days, and especially we have Boko and all that.
Yes.
At what time does he go to sit on economic planning meetings and discuss about economy and brief the presidency and brief the banks and etc. about the economy?
Right.
How does he get time to go and sit with the military? That is wrong. Two, relatively who is doing the work of the same Minister of Defense, you can say, sir, Defense Ministry aside, the next person that you can consider should have been the Interior. Interior police, Interior immigration, Interior prisons, or fire service, or NADBO, or all those things. And the Sanka Defense Minister in Noah, now say yenya substantive, or baby take over,